it's me Ashley and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today guys, I'm going to be giving you some kind of tips on what I think you should pack for a summer holiday. So yes, this video is kind of going to be my kind of travel tips, kind of what I think you should pack for a summer holiday. I don't profess to be an expert. I've been on holiday a few times myself, and these are just things that I find are helpful for me, things that I like to try and pack and do. They're not going to be everything, they're not going to be magnificent. You probably know a lot of these things, but I just wanted to get a video out there for those who might not know. So obviously I won't include every single tip that there is, but if you have a fantastic tip for what to pack or something to do when traveling or whatever, then please drop me a comment below and let me know, because you know, always willing to learn something new, especially with holidays, because I like to try and take as much as I can. Okay, so the first tip is probably really quite simple, but it's really quite important. You need a good suitcase. So this is mine. I picked this up on sale in Debenhams in March. It's by Trip. It is a hard shell case. Now, I learned the hard way a few years ago that hard shells they really work a lot better than fabric, kind of the lightweight ones. I went to Gran Canaria on holiday a couple of years ago with a fabric case, and it was raining quite a lot on the way out there. And basically when I got there, I got to the hotel, opened up my suitcase, every single thing almost inside was absolutely wet through. I had to hang all my clothes out to dry on the balcony. And luckily, most of my electronics and things I'd put in my hand luggage and whatnot, and they were fine, and the things in the middle of the case were okay. But yeah, a lot of my clothes needed drying when I got there, so I definitely went for a hard shell case this time. It's got 4 wheels, so it's really easy to kind of maneuver around the airport. You know, it's got one of these handles that clicks up. So you can either pull it along that way or you can drag it along on the 4 wheels, so it's super useful. It's also a good idea when traveling is to make your suitcase distinguishable from other people's. So I mean, to be honest, this one's pretty distinguishable. I've never seen anybody with this, but you can get stickers put on your case, and tying a ribbon, or I've tied like hair bubbles and things around this before, and it's just super useful. Helps you spot yours on a carousel, because there's always a lot of people waiting for a lot of different cases. So that's useful. Okay, so actually before we talk about what you're going to put in your case, I want to mention your hand luggage. Now, I take a small case hand luggage. You get 10 kilograms usually worth of hand luggage, and you'd be silly not to make use of that. I mean, I see ladies in the airport with these tiny little bags and things, and they're losing out on so much more baggage space. So yes, you can't take liquids over 100 mils in, you know, your hand luggage, but that can be what your case is for. And a lot of things do come in, you know, smaller bottles. So you like foundation bottles and things, you could put them in a clear plastic bag and then put them through security, and you're absolutely fine with things like that, because glass bottles and things are obviously quite heavy, they're going to weigh down your case. But you usually get about 10 kilograms of hand luggage. So what I tend to do, I tend to put all of my electronics in here, so like my chargers and, you know, battery pack, because you actually can't put them in your case. But that's another useful thing to take with you, is a portable charger for your phone, because that makes a lot of difference if you're out on a trip or something when you're on holiday. It means, you know, you can be taking all those photos on your phone and charge up as you go. So also what I do with my hand luggage, like I say, I fill it up with electronics and different bits and bobs that I don't need. But inside, what I will do is I will pop like a little tote bag or something with things that I want on the plane. So if I've got like a book and a magazine, like my phone or a tablet or something, things that I want to use when I'm on the plane, I just pull that out of the bag before I get on the plane, sling that over my shoulder, and then this goes in the overhead locker, and you don't have to worry about that. Like I say, it just saves you a little bit of baggage allowance in your case if you do make use of your 10 kilogram baggage allowance. I suppose it's also worth noting, if you're traveling with your partner or a friend or whatever, airlines tend to take in the combined weight of both cases. So mine can often maybe weigh like 21, 22 kilograms, and Chris's might weigh only like 15 or something. But that's absolutely fine, because they combine the weight. As long as we've got under 40 kilograms, we're fine if we're 20 kilograms each. So make use of your partner's space if they're underweight and you want to take more stuff. Okay, so I briefly mentioned electronics and things in there. Obviously these days we need a plethora of chargers and things for different bits and bobs, our phones, tablets, I don't know, cameras, game things, whatever people take. We take a lot of stuff on holiday these days. So you need a travel adapter. Check what kind of sockets and things that the country you're going to uses. A lot of the European countries are obviously the 2-prong European plugs. But what we tend to do is we maybe only take 1 or 2 of these, and what we will then do is take a multi-plug. so we can plug multiple things in just the one socket, because you know they're not always in the best of places in the rooms, or you might only get one or two. So that way you can charge a lot of things at once. So make sure you take a multi-plug. It saves so much hassle. Okay, so one of the most important things that you want to be packing, especially if you're going somewhere really hot and sunny, is your sunscreen. And there's no reason that sunscreen should cost you a fortune. You find these days that actually the supermarkets offer better protection for a much better price than some of the big named brands. I buy a lot of my sun care from Asda. I find that they do really good stuff. They have the 5-star UVA rating. And I've had things from Morrison's before, also the 5-star European rating. European, is that UVA? What am I talking about? Anyway, yes, so they offer fantastic protection for a fraction of the price of other companies that maybe only offer like 3-star or something, but they want to charge you ridiculously prices. So yes, highly recommend Asda or your Morrison's or whatever supermarket you shop at. Check those out. Asda also do some great stuff for your face. They do a Factor 30 facial sun cream that I really like using. It's mattifying on the skin, so your skin doesn't look all shiny and greasy. They also do a Factor 51, which is anti-aging. That's fabulous. And then they do a specific face after sun too, which is great. That's got in it hyaluronic acid, aloe vera and vitamin E. So they're fantastic for our face. So I really like these. And I think they're about £2.50 each. So they're not going to break the bank. And, you know, they last you a good old while. So I really like those. Asda and obviously other supermarkets too. I just used Asda's because that tends to be where we do most of our shopping. They have great after suns too. Okay, so another way to save space in your case is you'll often find that most hotels offer you towels. Now, some hotels, they will lend you them free of charge, and if you don't give them back, then you'll have to pay a fine or something, or you might have to put down a €10 deposit or something silly, which you will get back at the end of your holiday. When Chris and I go to Tenerife, we usually put €10 towel deposit down each, and then that's our money at the airport for food on the way home. I do actually tend to take a second, more lightweight towel because they're just useful to use as a pillow by the pool behind your head or whatever, or to dry off and get dry, and then you've still got a nice dry towel afterwards. I actually got mine from Primark. It's the Little Mermaid. If you know me, you know I love the Little Mermaid. It's probably a kid's towel, so it's only thin and it's quite lightweight. But you know, it does the job and it's got Ariel on it. In fact, as you're watching this, there is an Ariel video coming up tomorrow of me doing Face Mask Friday, so check that out because it's hilarious. Okay, so while we're talking about towels, another important thing to take with you, or you can actually probably buy them while you're there these days because there's a lot of places out there selling them, but you need to get yourself some towel pegs. These are a godsend. If it's slightly breezy, then you can clip your towel to the sunbed and it's going to stay in place. They're also quite good for distinguishing which sunbed's yours around the pool and things. If you have got one of the hotel's towels, then you've got your own clips. Now, a lot of people are using these days, but you can get lots of different ones. You can get ones shaped like flip-flops, sunglasses, flamingos and things. And you can get them from quite a lot of places. We got ours from Amazon, I think, but you can even get them from the pound shop. So they're not going to break the bank and it's something really easy to take. We really like these. I remember the days when we used to have to take clothes pegs and try and get the towel to peg onto those, but now we get these big boys. These are great. And they're also useful on a night if you want to like dry things on your balcony. You can clip things to the chairs and whatnot, so they're not going to fly away in any breeze. So it's a super useful thing to take with you. Obviously, another important thing to take with you is swimwear and things for around the pool and for laying out in the sun, and they don't have to break the bank. I'll show you a couple of ones that I have. These came from Primark. I have a couple in a similar design. They're just like bikini briefs and a nice top that ties around the waist. And these cost £2 each. So this was £4 for a bikini from Primark. So if you want to get a couple to take on holiday that are not going to break the bank, Primark's good. And also Asda, I've got some really nice ones from Asda. I think this one was less than a fiver too. So you can get some really nice ones, and you can get ones that mix and match. So, you know, you can make things look different. So it looks like you're wearing a different bikini. You have black bottoms, pattern top, black bottoms, whatever, you know. I think you can look great for a fraction of the price. Also, you'll need some cover-ups around the pool. And again, they don't have to cost a fortune. Primark do some amazing ones. Asda do. I got some really great ones from Boohoo this year. So just shop around. You'll get something for quite cheap. And I suppose while we're talking about cheap, Primark do some excellent flip-flops for 90 pence. So if you don't want to spend a fortune on flip-flops, because once you've worn them around the pool, sometimes it can get a little ratty and things, then you might just want to leave them there. And for 90p, you can afford to. I mean, I was going to show you a pair of flip-flops I got from Primark this year, but they're not the 90p pair. They're actually a £2 pair, but that's just because they were branded. I got these Friends flip-flops. Or I haven't actually got Friends anymore. I've got Friend. The S is kind of worn off. But, these served me really well. I went on like day trips and things with these, and they're still working quite fine. I'll take those on the next holiday, even though they might have to be just my couple of friend now instead of my friends. Also, while we're talking about things that are cheap, you need to take yourself a hat to keep your head protected from the sun. I got a lovely hat this year that came from Primark. I love floppy hats. I just think that they're a bit more kind of protective. I use them to like look at my phone and things. But this one, it cost me £3 earlier this year from Primark. So again, you don't have to spend an absolute fortune. Or you can just take your standard cap. This one I got from Tenerife. Anybody knows I go on about these. Siam Park, if you're ever in Tenerife, sell these for €1. This cost €1. So if you need a hat, I mean, it's not going to be the coolest looking hat in the world, but it's a good souvenir for a friend, or just something that you can take home. I actually took these to the Maldives to go like snorkeling and things to keep the head protected. So for €1, bargain. Also, if you are in Tenerife, Siam Park's a fantastic day out. Also, when travelling to save yourself a bit of space, you don't need to take the full bottles of shampoo with you. You can get lots of places sell the little travel size bottles that you can decant into really easily. Or another great tip is to go check out the Feel Unique Pick and Mix service, which offer you like small samples. So if you want to take some polishing balm for your hair, that's not going to take up a lot of space or weight in your case. They do like little moisturizers and things, so you can get a lot of little travel size samples on there. So it's worth having a little look on there if there's something travel size you need to take with you. Also, I suppose things you pick up from like Birchbox, Look Fantastic, Glossybox, whatever, one of the subscription boxes offer a lot of smaller things. So if you've got a few things from there stocked up, it might be worth taking a little look so you don't have to take your full size items. Okay, so you want some outfits for a night when you're going out for like dinner or out for drinks and things, and you're going to want to look nice. I'll be honest, I do tend to take a separate outfit each night, but you can combine things, like you can maybe wear a skirt with a different top and then a different top with that skirt another time. Just mix and match if you can. Like I say, I do like to try and take a different outfit for each night. That's something I can't get around. But what I do try to do is take accessories that kind of match with most outfits. So I don't like to take lots of pairs of shoes. I'll just take 1 or 2 pairs. Again, this is one that I've taken on my last few holidays. These were from Primark. They're still actually in there. I was in Primark yesterday and they had them in. These are £12 and they're black shoes. They're a good chunky wedge, so they're very comfortable. Chunky wedge, chunky heel, so they're very comfortable. And if you just take them, black pair of shoes are going to go with so many things. And then I also tend to take like a nude pair of like sandals or flip-flops or something. And, then you don't need a whole hell of a lot of outfits because you've taken something that's quite versatile. It's going to go with a lot of things. Similarly, for bags, I guess this is one I've taken before. It's gold. It goes with anything if you're wearing gold jewellery and things. So that'll go with a lot of outfits too. So just try and think of things that will match with different things so you don't have to take like 5 handbags and 10 pairs of shoes. I've done it before, you don't need to do it. Also, obviously you'll need a bag for like around the pool and things, but also try and think if you're going to be taking a day trip, you want one that's going to be easy to carry around all day. I learned that the hard way last time. I took a big straw bag on a day trip and I only had like clutch handles and it was kind of having to carry around this bag all day. But I have just picked up a bag from Primark for my next holiday that will go around, and it's just a little bag. So think about things like that if you're going to be packing. Just, try to be prepared, I guess, is the best bet. So when packing your clothes, it's also worth saying that if you want to avoid creases, then you should roll your clothes rather than folding them. And I found that this does help. If you do get creases in them, another tip would be to hang them in the shower with the door closed while you're having a warm shower on a night, and the steam will help the creases drop out. Not perfectly, but it will help. It might also be worth checking if your hotel offers laundry facilities, because some do. The last hotel that we were in did offer free laundry facilities where you went and sorted out yourself, but I also have been to hotels where they charge to do these things and they can be daft prices. So if you're really worried about creases, pack a travel iron. I don't find I need to. When you're on holiday, you want to chill anyway. And I try to think of clothes to take that aren't going to be creased up too easily. So the same mixy matchy thing with the bag, you need to incorporate it with like jewellery and hair accessories and things. Try and pick jewellery and hair accessories that'll go with a few outfits, so you're not packing a load of different jewellery and necklaces and earrings, because they'll weigh your case down a little bit. I mean, I took like a few pairs of hoops last time, a goldie pair, a silver pair, and then they went with most outfits that I had. And then a couple of simple necklaces, really things that will go with various things. You don't need to wear a load on holiday, really. You know, you're just there to chill and have a good time. Okay, so I feel like I have rabbited on long enough. I don't know if I've mentioned anything there that's actually of any use to anybody, or if it's anything that anybody hasn't heard of before, but I just thought I would kind of let you know a couple of things that I do for holidays that might be helpful to others if you don't already know. Please let me know if you guys have any tips for packing for holidays or things to travel tips, whatever. Give me a comment down below, because I'm always interested to hear things like that, and then, you know, that's how we learn. So I think I pretty much spoke about everything. My case, my hand luggage. I have just picked up a few things for my holiday in a Superdrug haul and a Primark haul, which will be up next week, so keep an eye out for those. I've got a fantastic new travel pillow and a couple of bits and bobs, so keep an eye out for those. And if you've liked this video, please drop me a comment, let me know, and remember to hit that like button and give me a huge thumbs up. And remember to subscribe if you haven't already, because like I say, I've got some good videos coming up and it'd be fantastic to have you here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I haven't rabbited on too much. I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.